Welcome to Against Parental Guidance, the podcast. A podcast about the media we saw when we were too young. Remember that movie, game or album your parents told you was strictly off limits? The one that felt like a dangerous secret? Well, every week I talk to a fellow creator and content maker about those informative moments. We explore how being exposed to content before we were ready didn't just entertain us, it profoundly shaped us. Our sense of humours, our perspectives, and our art we make today. I'm MostlyKarl and welcome to Against Parental Guidance. Today we're talking about the movie Evil Dead, with Captain Sumi, a film that she saw against parental guidance.
CEOs of Screams.
Just driving, because I figure there's no point being around the bush.
Wow, look at him. Okay. Hi. I'm Sumi, or CPTN Sumi, which means Captain Sumi. I'm a horror streamer on Twitch, and I focus on indie horror games. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm, as many can probably hear, from Germany. And I'm also a CEO of Screams, just like Karl here.
Yeah, which is kind of the whole reason I started this whole thing. Or vice versa.
Right.
It came one way or the other.
Yeah.
And we're talking with the film that you were too young to see was
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, the first one.
Yeah, the very first one, the one from 1989, 81.
81, yeah. Which is good for me because I don't have to watch it because I have seen it probably too many times.
I have only seen it twice, and there was once when I was 4 and once like maybe 4 years ago or something.
Do you remember much of it at all?
From the last time I watched it? Yeah.
From the most recent time, not the memory of it, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So I watched this one. It was like I have to watch all the classic horror movies kind of year. So I watched all 3 Evil Dead movies one after another.
5 now. There's 5.
Yeah. I didn't watch the reboots then, but like...
so this it's a side boot. So now they reincorporated it into the plot now.
Yeah. I did watch those 2 by now, but not back then.
No, back then you watched the Ridge Tridge.
Yes.
Yeah. I like 2. 2's my favorite Evil Dead. 2 and 3 are my favorite Evil Dead.
Yeah, that's. I think that's a common.
Yeah, I think most people jump straight to 2.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I'm the odd one out. I like the first one best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the terrible.
Yeah.
The terrible.
I love
makeup
it
and stuff.
It's great. It's so horror comedy is always hit or miss with me. So the original being a little bit more serious, sure, bad effects and all, but it's charming. It's still scary.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't mind a bad movie that's just charming.
So I actually like the first one best.
Yeah. That's a shock, but maybe it's like a bit of a memory as well,
maybe
or something.
Just traumatized liking it.
First hand trauma. Where's my mouse? Did you say you were 4 the first time you saw it?
Excuse me, what?
Were you 4 the first time you saw it?
Oh yeah, I was 4. Mm-hmm. So
that is very young.
Yeah, I was supposed to be asleep. And my dad was watching it because he was always watching. My parents were like very liberal with like watching spooky stuff. Maybe not at 4, but later on, definitely. But yeah, my dad was watching it in the living room, and I had just sneaked out of my bed. And apparently, I was sitting behind the sofa, watching it with him quietly. And it took I don't know how much of it I saw, but a big chunk of the movie. And my dad always, nowadays, when we talk about horror, because obviously horror is a big thing in my life, he always tells everybody that I watched this movie when I was 4. And the movie in Germany is called Tanz der Teufel, which means Dance of the Devils.
Okay, so that's like its common, that's its Italian name as well.
Yeah.
So it seems to be like the usual European name. What is Evil Dead 2 called then?
I don't remember. I think Tanz der Teufel 2, just part 2.
Yeah, okay then. Okay, I just thought maybe it had a different name, because I know in some countries it unbranded back into Evil Dead.
Oh no.
So Evil Dead 2.
Army of Darkness is Armee der Finsternis, so that it's just literally the same.
Okay, so Army of Darkness. So the third one is still called Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
So in the UK, it had 2 names.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the original name, which is Medieval Dead, and also Army of Darkness.
Oh, I like Medieval Dead. I never heard that.
Medieval Dead was its original name before they moaned about it not having, that they wanted to be able to watch it without seeing two. So they wanted like be able to sell it for people that didn't see the first two.
But it's such a clever title. I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, isn't it awful that the Medieval Dead just went to waste? We, like I say, it was called that here. Now it's not. Now it's called Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
But on first release, it was called Medieval Dead because Evil Dead did better in Europe than it did in America. So I think they were like, oh, we can call it that. So you see that's also like the sneaking behind the sofa is my genesis of watching. Mine was Puppet Master. When I was like 6 or 7, I saw Puppet Master for the same reason.
Yeah, just sneaking out of bed and watching while
mine was during the middle of the day. So mine was like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because my dad would watch horror movies just randomly.
So it was at least still light, because for me it was like I remember it was dark, obviously. So my dad would just turn off the light and really had only the light from the TV. And I was sitting, like, I can kind of imagine it. I remember it was like a 3-seat sofa, and I was sitting on the left, like right next to the armrest, and just sitting there and watching. And my dad was on the sofa. And I don't know how he didn't realize that I was in the room, but I apparently managed to sneak in and sit there quietly for at least half of the movie, I think, is what he tells me at least.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it is better that it's not Evil Dead 2, because the dancing scene in Evil Dead 2 is the stop motion one is scarring. So if you saw that too early.
I'm not sure if the Evil Dead isn't already scarring enough for basically a toddler.
The pencil scene probably didn't help. Yeah, there's a couple of scenes. All right then, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Did you obviously you won't remember? Has your dad told you like what the next day was like with you? Were you like horrendously scarred, or was it just?
No, he's always so proud when he tells this. Like he's always, whenever we talk about horror, and then people are like, oh, I can't do horror, and then he's like, yeah, he obviously doesn't call me Sumi, but yeah, he just says my name, and it's like, she watched Evil Dead with me when she was 4 years old, and he always brags kind of about it as if it is a good thing, and he always brags about how horror never really affected me, because I didn't have I mean, maybe I did have nightmares, but I didn't tell anyone. So horror has always been cool for me. I always liked it, and I've never had a bad dream from a horror movie. At least not that I can remember.
See, I don't think I ever have. I get like, not the night of, but for some reason the second night, that I get like paranoia of it's gonna happen to me, no matter what it is.
Oh really? Just so also with like supernatural stuff?
Yeah, like even like I watched like The Exorcist, and the next night I was like, I'm gonna get possessed. This is just I've just let it happen now. Like
no, the only time I remember that I was kind of scared was when I watched what's it called, that movie that came out in the 90s, that slasher that tried to ride the Scream wave. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, I Know What You Did Last Summer, yeah. Oh, I was going to say Wrong Turn, which is the other one.
Yeah, there are many like that. But yeah, I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer pretty late in the night, alone at home. And that was the only time that I was a little afraid. After the movie had finished and I was ready to get to bed, and it was still alone, it was super dark all over the house. That was the only time that I felt like, wait, that was kind of scary. What if like a person with a hook is here right now?
That's so, because that's the stuff that doesn't like stick with us. That's the stuff that the next day I just don't think about for some reason.
That's so much more realistic.
I know. I don't know why. It's so like the idea of me being like possessed, or like you know, the house is evil or something of that nature.
Or somebody coming out of your TV and
when I have this issue that I don't know if I don't dream, I don't remember my dreams, because people said everybody dreams. I was like, I don't. So, but when I watched Freddy, the only way I like convinced myself, Nightmare on Elm Street, the only way I convinced myself that it wouldn't happen is because I don't dream or don't remember my dreams.
Yeah. So he wouldn't have a good chance with you.
I couldn't die because I don't dream. So which obviously doesn't work, because again.
for like watching horror movies, like the only movie that ever really scared me in the sense of really screamed, and I think you don't like it, but maybe I remember wrong. Is Hereditary?
I don't mind Hereditary. No, I don't mind. Yeah, I quite like Hereditary.
It was the only movie that ever got me to literally scream.
Spoilers alert. That's the one where the girl's head gets knocked off, right? That's the one I'm thinking
Yes,
of?
yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't mind that film. There's another film that he did where spoiler alert for another film that I don't remember the name of. So that's not going to help. No, it's the one where the girl's has a twin in utero and it she absorbs it, but the twin's head lives on the back of her head.
That's not the same director, though.
Is that Manifest? Yeah.
Yeah, the one with M.
Yeah, it's got an M in it. Oh no, that's James Wan.
Yeah, that's the difference.
James Wan, yeah, that's James Wan who did The Conjuring and stuff. Okay, I feel a bit better now. It must have came out about the same time because I always think of them Hereditary because I think they use the same font. Literally, sometimes that's the only thing that'll trigger my memories. Like, oh, they use the same font on the
it's the graphic designer brain.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yep, that's the same font. Great, now they're the same film in my head.
No, but Hereditary was the same as Midsommar, and then recently Beau is Afraid.
I haven't finished Midsommar. I keep sitting down to watch it.
It's not bad enough for you. You like all the
I like terrible movies. Also, it's a bit slow. That's what it really is for me.
It is very slow.
It's a build-up movie. I know the ending because I watched one of them. There's like not cinema sins, but there's a guy who his thing is that how to escape this film. Like if this happens to you in this film.
I get those recommended all the time.
Yeah, they're not bad. But what he does, he runs through the entire film.
Yeah.
With just the facts of the movie, and then he says
and then what he would change in the process of the.
And that's I think so. I know the ending, I know the plot, and I know all that stuff. I think it was during the period I just couldn't watch films. Like my time was really limited. Yeah. So and also I say it's just slow. When I'm watching Zombievers or something terrible, slow movies feel a lot slower.
I love him. Like Hereditary and Midsommar both. But Hereditary was the only movie that ever scared me, like for real. Like and so tense. All my muscles were tense. I screamed. I had a friend over, and she and I were so entangled into each other from being scared that when the credits rolled, we had trouble separating each other because all our muscles were so tense. So yeah, I don't know. That movie hit different for us.
See, I think the only one that I can again back to Evil Dead 2 is the dancing scene because it's creepy and scary.
But it's also kind of funny.
It is now. I think I watched it when I was 9 or 10.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So it's at that point nowadays you've got such good graphics that is incredibly horrendous. It's cheap and cheerful back then. But you're talking 20 years ago, it still looked amazing then. And to be honest, it doesn't look bad now.
Yeah, I think so. There's so many practical effects sometimes can be funny. Yeah. But they can also be extra disgusting because it just feels
I think nastier. The problem is because it's shot on 12s. That's how stop motion's normally shot. It has that stop motion feel, like Wallace and Gromit. So I think that takes you out of it now. But at the time, sat on it's like a 16-inch TV, 4x3 TV. It was scary as shit.
Yeah, but it's also the stop motion also gives it something uncanny, which also makes it scary somehow.
Yeah. So is there any scenes from one that you still remember to this day?
I wouldn't know. I think it's all the memory that I have from the contents of the movie. As I said, I remember the situation, but I don't remember the content of the movie. But all the content that I remember now is from when I rewatched it.
When you rewatched it,
up. Yeah.
Did you because sometimes if I rewatch something, is it not? Did you not go? Oh, I remember this bit. It's a bit scary. Or did you all of it is gone?
All of it is gone. I think.
All of it is gone. Well, what about now? Is there anything that proper sticks out to you? Now,
I love the camera in the beginning. Or just in general, the thing that happens, I think in all movies.
Yeah, it happens in all the Evil Deads.
When the camera starts just very close to the floor and running through the woods.
Junkie cam, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course everything with the roots and the trees and this horrendous.
Yeah, that's in both of them, and it's horrendous in both of them. I love that like iconography as well, because they do it in one. They do it in 1, 2. They don't do it in 3 because obviously it's the same. It's a follow on, but they do
But
it.
they
in
do it also in the
the side boot.
The not reboot, exactly.
Yeah, the side boot, which I guess I'll have to call it. And then they also have you seen Rises yet?
Yeah.
They do it in
wait.
Oh,
did I? Wait.
Yeah, Rises is the one where they're in the
with the garage and then in the apartment.
They're in the apartment building.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, so Rises, they do it in Rises as well, and I think the fact that they've not to the exact same extremes, but when she gets wrapped up on with all the wires from the lift, it's very reminiscent, and I just like how they've kept that same image motif.
So disgusting to me.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's disgusting for many people.
Oh yeah.
But I think for women it's extra disgusting for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's obviously because it's like it's not a fear that men have.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to think about it ever, but it's whereas the ones, see, that's the thing, that's the difference, is the scenes that stick in my head is the pencil.
Yeah.
And when she sat there, like, maniacally laughing.
Oh, yeah, I like that too, though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And she sings the little poem, that creeps me the shit out, and that still does to this day.
But it's also so, I mean, sometimes, like, this scene, yes, it's scary, and it's, like, one of the scariest, but also so cool. It's like, I could watch it over and over, and even though it is scary, I still want to see it again. It's like how you say, a car accident. You cannot watch away and look away, and you have to watch it.
Yeah, that's I just like how they shoot it as well, because obviously they shot it. They could have done it in stop frame, but to give it the most like realism, they filmed it all backwards, and that gives us a kind of like realistic feel, because obviously it is doing what it's doing just in reverse, and that gives it, everything's got its the correct weight and stuff. Have you found that you go back to like films, or because I'd say Evil Dead is particularly gory? Do you find yourself going back to predominantly more gory films, or do you just stick with like horror? All of it is good or bad or whatever.
That's funny you should ask that, because as a teenager, it couldn't be gory enough. I loved that shit. And then the side boot trailer for Evil Dead came out. And there's this one scene where she puts the razor blade on her tongue. And I had to look away in the trailer. I only saw the trailer and I was like, oh God, I cannot watch this. And I watched away. I was like, what the fuck happened to me? How did I become so soft? As a teenager, I would have sucked that shit up. I was like so enjoying gore and blood. And now it's harder. Now it's hard. I can still watch it. I watched the movie, but for some reason, gore got worse for me.
I think there's a difference between like the razor blade thing is like, I can't really watch Saw movies, especially like after 3, I can't really watch them.
Yeah, but 3 already had wasn't 3 the one with the syringes where they throw her into
the thing, because that's the stuff that I can't get behind. Like, there's no blood in that scene, not really.
Yeah, not that much. Yeah,
it's just how painful syringes are. You know how painful a razor blade is.
Yeah. In Kill Bill, when she cuts the heel of that guy. It's actually not that bad, right? It's like you can watch people's head getting ripped off in other horror movies or something, and you don't mind. But the idea of somebody cutting your heel is so disgusting to me.
It's because it's like realistic or something. Like, it's the same as the pencil scene.
Yeah.
I can imagine getting stabbed in the. Well, I've been stabbed in the hand. That was hard to say. With a pencil, but I couldn't imagine getting my hand cut off by a chainsaw. They're not like, I have no range.
To home. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the same with razor blades and needles. You know how painful they are.
Yeah.
Whereas I have no idea if it's painful to get my head knocked off.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and
logically.
It's sometimes more comical than even.
Yeah. And then also you've got the amounts of blood. No,
yeah.
Well, I think that's the big difference between 1 and 2 as well, as like the sheer amount of blood in 2 is getting to that ridiculous point.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, comedy, horror is always hit or miss. Like, without the amounts of blood and all of that.
Like, I people keep telling me to watch Tuck and Thingy and Dale versus Evil, and I've just never. Oh,
I love Tucker and Dale was easy.
I haven't got around to it. I like the premise.
What I don't like is Tusk.
Oh, I haven't watched Tusk either. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, and when he said he started to do horror,
Oh,
I was like, oh, I'm stoked for this, and I just never got around to watching Tusk.
yeah. It was disgusting, but I couldn't like
I like
it.
I like the one before that one.
I don't remember what it was.
It was like
Was it the one with the red church thing? Like
is it a Red State? Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That was
Red State.
That was disgusting too.
It was good though. That one was like, it was well directed and well acted, and well written.
Yeah, it was good. I also like I have this fascination with cults, so
Well, that always helps.
so
I
it
think
always works.
I think it's one of these things where now Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Is that right? Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Tucker and Dale was evil. Yeah.
That now has been told to me that it's so good that I think I've got what I call Anchorman syndrome, which is everybody told me Anchorman was the funniest movie I've ever going to watch. And then when I watched Anchorman, I think I laughed twice.
That's me in Hangover.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, when people overhype it for you and your expectations are just through the roof, it can only disappoint. Yeah.
Plus, I was like a Monty Python at this time. Like I was like going through I'm a Monty Python person.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different kind of humor.
The humor is not. It's not strange enough for me. I think is the other. Obviously, you've said your dad tells the story.
Yes.
Like, what is anybody else in your family like? Why did you let this happen?
My mom is kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but she's always kind of disconnected. I love my mom, but she never really cares for what I consume or what I did consume.
Yeah, that's sort of what my dad is now. Like we can talk about stuff. When I was younger, he like
So your dad is the same like my mom.
Yeah, when I was a kid, like it was a lot. He would probably like stop me from watching certain things, but even then he kind of like let it go a little bit. But now like I'm recommending stuff to him all the time. Obviously, I'm in my 30s at this point, so it's not like the exact same. But there was like
my mom never really cared, and I think she just relied on my father's judgment. So she was like, if he is okay with this, then I'm okay with this.
Very
yes, definitely. Many aspects. And anybody else? My sister, for example, doesn't care for horror movies at all. She watches them every now and then, maybe on Halloween, but she's not like craving watching them. But yeah, my father always tells everybody how nothing could ever scare me. It started with like Scooby-Doo and everything like mystical thriller.
Yeah, I think that's what mine was.
And then Goosebumps, stuff like that. So
yeah, are you afraid of the dark?
I always like this, like the Sherlock Holmes story, The Hound of Baskerville. Everything scary always like dragged me in. And
did you ever get? I don't know if it got out of England. We had a show called, I think it might have been Canadian, so it might have escaped. We had a Sherlock 2000.
Oh, I remember.
Which is where the Sherlock Holmes gets cryogenically frozen and
no.
is walking back in 2000.
It's something different. I think I'm thinking of Dracula.
Dracula 2000. Yeah, that's where somebody accidentally spills blood on Dracula's. That's a film. That's all right though. It's not a bad film.
I mean, I cannot trust you when you say stuff like that.
I have good taste. I just have a very open opinion.
A wild taste.
Yeah, I have an open opinion. I don't judge films the same. I always kind of go. I think I always give films a couple of extra points because I always think I've made, worked in films, so it's like I know how much work it is to get this.
Oh yeah, funded. I don't shit on stuff that I don't like. I don't like that. That's why I actually quit Facebook, because I was in movie groups in there, and people would never be like, "Yeah, that movie is not for me," or "I didn't like that movie." They would always shit on the work of others and be like, "That's a shit movie. I hate everything about it. It's so crappy." And I always feel bad for the people who put their heart into it. So yeah, I get that way.
Yeah, I can't. When people are like, "Oh, this is a shit film," and I'll never watch it. There's some films that I'm like, yeah, and you're kind of right. But not necessarily always for the same reasons. Like I always kind of put Marvel films in I'll judge them based off them being a Marvel film, I won't judge him off being a film by himself because it's not cinema, it's just
Yeah,
popcorn.
it's not for me either, but I don't want to shit on it because
Yeah.
obviously there's like a
No.
reason it exists because so many people love it. I personally
Some people want to just
crave an era of musicals, like the golden age of musicals, like we had before. I want that again.
Well, like the thing is, like the golden age of musicals, like they're good, but the is there a bad age of musicals?
There's not enough musical movies, is what I'm saying.
They're trying to hide them.
I hoped La La Land would like start a big musical era. It never happened.
They're making secret musicals now. They're tricking people to go to the cinema to see them. I really like Wonka as well. I really enjoyed Wonka.
But yeah,
it's a musical. And it's got some banging songs.
I need to watch it then.
Yeah, it's good. This is the problem. I think if they had made it very clear that it was a musical, more people would go see it.
And not as many people would be disappointed, right? Because that's always risky.
Yeah.
You can trick people into watching something, but then maybe they don't like it and they tell everybody not to watch it.
But I need to watch. Maybe I need to go watch the original release of the original Willy Wonka trailer to see if there's any hint that it's a musical in that. Because maybe they're just like, oh no, it's it's a callback because the original didn't have any hints.
Maybe.
Well, you've seen them all now. I was going to ask if you've seen it, but you've seen them all.
I've seen all of them.
All of them now.
Also the show.
I loved Ash
it was so good. There was this lady. I forgot her name, but I loved her.
Which the main lady?
the one from the group of three, basically.
Yeah, Ghost Fisters, Ghost Punches.
Remember, she was great. I love everything about this show. I was so sad when it was done. It was really good.
Well, at least they wrapped it like they were told early enough. They were told at the beginning of that season to it was gonna probably finish, but leave it a little bit open in case. And I think they did a pretty good job of closing everything off, but leaving enough open that they could
also sometimes it's good when things end, so you will be sad because it's over, but also they didn't drag it out enough for you to start hating it. So it's just great as it is.
Yeah, at least it's finished. My other problem is when shows finish but they don't finish. If you get what I mean, they don't have a nice closure. Which I've been lucky. I think I've been pretty lucky to every show that I've really enjoyed. Has a nice little a little bow because they're informed.
Do they at least have a finishing movie, or is it really they wrapped up the whole show?
They tend to like Community is the other show that I could say I really enjoyed that show all the way through. Watched it multiple times. And there's a couple of odd episodes where you're not a great episode, but that's just how shows are. And that has a pretty finite ending as a season. Again, though, they left it open, and now they're doing a movie. So
I watched it, but I stopped watching it eventually. I think there was this time where then the cast changed a lot when I think Chevy Chase was written out.
So Dan Harmon got kicked out, and then basically everybody left because Dan Harmon was replaced, and nobody liked the new people because they're trying to do a photocopy of his work instead of just doing their own thing. And then that killed the show pretty much for a lot of people. So Dan Harmon said that he'd come back, but they had to get rid of Chevy. And then they had one season of Donald Glover before he left. But he left because he was pretty much on to bigger and better things. And then everybody else was pretty much the same.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Glover is my secret love. So he's
yeah, he's so good.
Number one on my hall pass list.
There's nothing. He bought an orange growth. That's his thing at the moment. He's growing oranges.
I've seen pictures. He's how do you call it? It's the kind of artist that can basically do everything. So everything he touches turns into gold.
He's a Renaissance
artist. His music is great. His acting is great. Even if he's doing kind of poetry shit, I've seen stuff like that.
Yeah, slam poetry is pretty good. There is a movie that was the film that kind of got him spotted, which is called Mystery Team, which is it's such a stupid premise. Basically, these three kids solve a crime when they're kids, 10, 11, and then they've basically been living off that high until they're in college.
Oh wow!
and they're still trying to be them kids. So they're like pretend like they mentally haven't aged since they were like 10 or 11, so they still do stupid stuff. And they like it's such a good movie, but it's probably hard to find.
Never heard of it even.
But I think it's called Mystery Team.
I'm gonna look it up.
Because I remember Donald Glover when he was in Bath Time, which used to be a sketch show on YouTube, like a sketch. They'd do like one sketch a week because that was perfectly fine to do back then, and there was no churn. Yeah. But yeah, they did. I think it was called Bath Time. Or maybe it was called Bubble Bath. It had the word bath.
Sounds like bath.
And then they did a sketch of that, and then that became the movie.
No, never heard of it. But my first impression of him was, I think I knew his music before I watched Community, but then Community.
Yeah, the first because he did his first album just before he joined Community, or maybe.
Also, I didn't watch Community when it came out, so a little later.
Yeah, I think the first album dropped just before Community started. So yeah, he had like this double burst going at once, which I still prefer his first album.
I have to check which one is the first. I don't remember. I like all of them, I think.
Is it Campfire? I think
I like the one with the blue cover. There's like a blue face on the cover. I don't remember.
Is that Red?
Yeah, might be. Yes, I like that one a lot. But we are completely off.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. That's the whole point of the podcast.
All right.
But we can go back to Evil Dead. Have you like made any? Because I have made friends from Evil Dead. So
friendships, as in bonding over it.
Yeah,
I know people who love it, like Ellie. Hi Ellie from the Ellie G show, who's also a CEO. She is like one of the biggest Evil Dead fans that I know. I think Days and Days from the CEOs too is a big Evil Dead fan. So it's not like I meet people through it, but it's always nice to have like a thing that you can talk about. Obviously with the CEOs, it's horror in general.
Well, it's easier when you've got like horror friends, or like if you've got like movie friends. Like with me, I have made friends through Evil Dead. But when people start to find out you're into movies, if you start talking about Evil Dead and they know what you're talking about, it's much easier to have like a conversation about.
It's much cooler if you talk to somebody and then you ask them what's your favorite movie, and they will answer The Evil Dead as if they would answer Fight Club, or
I'll never trust somebody who says Fight Club,
or men who say my favorite movie is Gladiator. I'm like, okay, thank you, no.
Hyper masculine movies.
Okay, so I worked in an agency before, like an advertisement agency, and we made a calendar where we like half naked farm boys. There was always this little interview in the lower corner, and one of the questions I remember was, "What's your favorite movie?" And I shit you not, when 6 of the 12 men in this calendar answered Gladiator is their favorite movie. That's like, oh my god.
It is, just the most masculine like movie ever. Yeah, it's the same. Like American Psycho's up there for that as well. Like anybody says American Psycho.
Okay, yeah, I love American Psycho, but people love it for the wrong reasons. So if somebody says I like American Psycho or Fight Club, they always glorify the person, and they like Fight Club is a really good movie and the message is good, and especially if you read the book, it's very critical and it's a really good anti-toxic masculinity movie.
Yeah, it's like post-capitalism, post-masculinity, that kind of stuff.
But people like it, and then they tell you, I love Tyler Durden. And it's like, that's the fucking wrong reason to like this movie.
Yeah. The whole point is to remove that from your...
Yeah. So that's definitely...
The big thing I know, and I've noticed a lot on the internet, especially on Twitter, is the female Bruce Campbell stans.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that seem to fancy Bruce Campbell.
I mean, how could you not? To be fair, I think let me check my review. I think I wrote something about it in one of my, I think I wrote it in the Army of Darkness review. I'm gonna look it up.
I like while you're looking for that, I'll tell you my favorite fact about Evil Dead 2, because it's in filmed it in order for Evil Dead, and throughout the film Bruce would have to like basically get Like,
Yeah.
he was doing push-ups and benching and pull-ups for 3 hours a day throughout the movie.
Oh my God.
Just so as the film progressed, he looked more and more like a
superhero.
hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one of my favorite facts about that.
That's
movie.
so funny. No, it was actually my review to Army of Darkness. I just checked on Letterboxd, and it says, "I'm not a big fan of Ash's character development. He was kind and loving in person. No, he was a kind and loving person in part 1, and now he's a real macho." I was really upset about that because he was so sweet before.
In 1 and 2, he's very sweet.
Yeah.
Like in 2, he's like macho, but in a comedic, like
still like
come to me, baby. That he's parodying macho, and then by 3, he's like blow and stuff like that.
Yeah, and by 3, he's just a jerk, kind of. So I didn't like
spits a grape at somebody.
Yeah, but in the show, when the show came out, there's still parts of that, but it
works because he's old at this point. So
yeah.
It worked really well because now he doesn't fit he's older, and he's got a bit of that middle-aged weight.
Yeah, he's still very good looking.
He's got a very handsome face. Yeah.
Yes, and his hair. Mwah.
That's when I was like going through my teen years, my hair naturally does a little bit of a quiff anyway. But I try to get like the Bruce Campbell quiff during my late teens, early 20s.
I always tell you not to cut your hair because it just you have this like natural curliness.
Yeah, I've got Superman's hair. It's hell.
Great.
So, but yeah, have you seen any of his other, like, have you seen My Name is Bruce or Bubba Hotep?
Oh, Baba Hotep, I loved that. That was like an accident. It was so fun. I was still living with my husband and his parents. And we just late night. His parents both were like night owls. We would always stay up for ages until like 3 or 4 in the morning. And then one night, Baba Hotep just was randomly playing, and we skipped through all the channels, and then we got stuck there. And we watched this, and the whole family was laughing their asses off.
It's good.
I loved it so much. I had to order it instantly on DVD.
Yeah, I had it on. I had a triple pack. If you brought My Name is Bruce, if you pre-ordered it, you would get Baba Hotep and Man with a Screaming Brain, which is his other movie that he did. Nobody's seen A Man with a Screaming Brain. If you haven't seen it, it is bad. It's like secularly bad. It's so bad it's good. This guy Bruce produced it and directed it, I believe.
Yeah.
A mad scientist puts half a thief's brain into Bruce Campbell's brain, and they basically control half of the body each.
Wait, somehow that sounds familiar.
Because it's the same plot as The Man with Two Brains.
Also don't know that.
So Man with Two Brains is Martin, the comedian Martin. I can't remember his second name.
The one with the white hair.
Yeah, he's always had white hair.
I remember.
From The Jerk and stuff.
Yeah.
He falls in love with a psychic brain, and then has to find a body. The plot is he has to find a body for this brain.
Oh, yeah.
And
very
then
tropey.
it's a trope fest. It's great.
Yeah.
At the end, the joke is that like the brain didn't tell him that the reason that it was in the jar is because it had an eating issue, like it had an eating disorder. So the joke is that he finds this like incredibly fit woman, and then at the end of the film, when he's woke up from a coma, she's like added loads of weight at the end. Not aged particularly well as a movie goes.
Oh yeah, that sounds
But
like the Cameron Diaz, Jack Black. Was it Cameron Diaz or was it?
It was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah,
Shallow Hal. Shallow Hal was when that came out was one of my favorite films.
Oh my god.
Now it's not. Yeah. Because the jokes are good, they're just not very. And the message is good. It's just not in a great package. I think that's the problem.
That's
like the plot is, Jack Black should learn to love people for what's on the inside.
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah, it is a lot of it hasn't aged well.
Yeah,
but it's also I'm just a big fan of Jack Black's acting.
Yeah,
he plays everything with incredible sincerity.
I think he could Jack Black is like right up there with Bruce Campbell. It's just so hot.
Especially in his
he's not attractive. Like I wouldn't describe.
Not physically, like standard.
I wouldn't be like Jack Black is like my dream of a man just by looking at
he
him.
He used to be a lot more handsome. So no offense, Jack Black, if you're listening. I know you are.
Jack.
When he was in like Shallow Hal and The Holiday, he wasn't content. Like I think
he's
they were
not
going for
ugly. He's just
he's like
a supermodel.
He's not conventional. But that was the time they were like, Girl Next Door was pretty much done, so they were like aiming for a boy next door, which is just a normal looking person that could be a real person that you could bump into by chance.
But Jack Black nowadays is it's pretty hot. Like also
he just uses confidence, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he does.
There's another actor that I've like somehow knew before he got really big. Because I used to watch there was Dan Harmon from Community used to have a website called Channel 101.
Okay.
And it was basically YouTube but before YouTube. But what you would do is you would make a short film, send it to Channel 101, and they would decide if it got like another season, another episode. So some things would get cancelled, some things would keep going. And Jack Black did this thing called Computer Man, where Dan Harmon's blood landed on a computer, and then the computer became sentient. That's the
okay.
The episodes were like 7 minutes long, but he was good in that. He was literally him in a computer monitor without the screen on his head, and then white Y-fronts with a keyboard sellotaped to his chest. That was the costume for Jack Black.
Sounds very high quality.
None of it was particularly. There was another one called Laser Fart, which is a superhero who ate beans out of radioactive microwave and could fart lasers.
You consume so much trash.
I love shit. I think it was like the beginning of me watching terrible, or the second coming of me watching terrible stuff.
Yeah.
And then Rob Schwab, who he did like Robot Bastard and stuff. Yeah, wrote a list of like 100 movies he suggested everybody would see, and I think I devoured most of them, and I think that's how I saw like Evil Dead again when I was like a teen.
What do you think of the side boot?
I really like. There is not a bad Evil Dead movie in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're all and I like when they were doing it as when it was advertised, it was getting done as a reboot. That was like how they were advertising it.
Yeah.
And then the director came out on the press tour and said it's not a reboot. This story happens in the same universe. And there is 3 Evil Dead books, which is the thing at the end of Army of Darkness. And then they've kept that ball rolling with Evil Dead Rises. But I really like all 3 of them are amazing. All 3 universes are amazing.
I don't like the side.
You don't like the side boot? I don't. If somebody says I don't like if you see you like Evil Dead but you don't like Army of Darkness, I'd be like, well, then you don't really like Evil Dead. If you don't like the side boot, that's fine. Or if you like the side boot and you don't like Rises, that's fine.
I don't hate them. Like they look fantastic.
Yeah.
They visually.
Is that too much horror?
No, it's just I don't know. It isn't scary to me, but it's also
Well, this is slightly post-Saw, isn't it, as well? It's all body horror stuff.
Yeah. I do like the effects in Evil Dead Rise. Because it hasn't been edited. I watched that it's a movie from last year, obviously. I watched it last year. So I liked it visually, and there were a lot of cool effects. And I know I would have loved it as a teenager. But nowadays, there's not enough substance for me. And I don't. It's kind of not fair because you don't watch a Evil Dead movie for substance.
They're schlock movies. Yeah,
but I think it's missing something for me, and I cannot put the finger on it.
We're getting this wave where like horror movies now have a lesson, which I don't think we've ever had before.
Yeah, it's like this. How do you call it? Elevated horror kind of.
Yeah, like at the end of it, you should have learned something, essentially.
I think that started with the Babadook was the first one. It was kind of like that.
I don't even, because I've seen the Babadook, but I don't even know what the lesson you're meant to learn from the Babadook.
Oh, it's basically like this woman, she lost her partner, and now she has to deal with their kid alone, and the kid is like really annoying, like a really annoying brat. People really hate that child. They say so mean things about this child, and I'm like, that's just a child. Yes, he's annoying, but you're still talking about like a fictional human being, but it's like a human being. So the thing is, the Babadook, this monster, is basically a symbol for her grief and her depression, and she has to fight it off, but not in a way that she has to get rid of it completely, but she has to know how to deal with it. So, spoiler for the Babadook ending. They lock it up in the basement, and she sometimes has to go down there. And then she tells her little boy, I have to go down there and feed it now. And you will stay here, and I will go down and care for this darkness in me. And then she feeds the Babadook, and he lives there. And everybody knows he's there, and it's okay. So that's basically how she deals with her depression.
So the Babadook is just grief and depression. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like Hereditary's got like the same sort of message, which I couldn't.
Yeah, there's a lot, like The Witch, for example, too. Somewhere in there. The Witch, Get Out.
Yeah.
There's so many of those. The Red Door. No, was it The Red Door? No, it come one night. No, it's
That's Insidious.
What is it called? Something with the Comes After Dark or something. I don't remember. But there's like a big red door on the cover and a white wolf or something. There's so many.
But yeah, like Get Out is like about the temerity of this, and then the
Us.
What's the one after that?
Yeah.
Us.
It's with
I'm sure I've seen it.
With Lupita Nyong'o as the main character, and like everybody has like a double role. There's like
that's it. I haven't seen the new one. I haven't seen Up. Is it Up?
I haven't seen it.
The new one, whatever it's called.
That one. I did.
I
did see that. What was it called? It's good. It's really good. I feel like if you like sci-fi and it's sci-fi and horror, but still kind of like there's more humor in that one than there was in.
Yeah, I hear that it's got a bit more. Don't Look Up was the other one that I watched like last year.
Yeah.
Maybe it was this year. Well, it was last year now because it's the beginning of this year. I don't know if I saw it at the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2013. 2023. But the Look Up, I liked it because it is very that has a message of like no matter what the social justice is, that they just end up talking about the unimportant. It's the same as like Greta Thunberg, where like the biggest insult anybody can come up with Greta Thunberg is like she looks very young, or that she doesn't wear makeup, or something of that. It's the same as like a few years ago, our Labour leader.
Yeah.
So we're a two-party system here, which I think most Western countries are. We have a two-party system politically. And our Labour leader used to wear second-hand suits, and that was like what they would rip him out on the newspapers. Would be like, "Oh, he's wearing a second-hand suit."
I was just gonna say, is that supposed to be a bad thing?
Yeah, it's because all the newspapers are owned by the right wing, so they're all money hungry and like, oh, here's our Prime Minister driving in now in his new BMW.
It's like that's so sustainable though. Like wearing second-hand suits is such a good idea.
Yeah. It made us so angry. It still to this day makes me very angry. That is, And then something bad happened. It wasn't him. He got blamed. I need to like cover that just to be like, well, this did happen because people point out that something bad happened under his watch that he didn't know was happening. So if anybody brings it, I do acknowledge that something bad happened under his. This is the big question, really. I think. Would you recommend people watching it before they're like, because I think it's a 15 in the UK. Is it fine, in your opinion, for somebody to watch it when they were younger?
Yeah, I feel like obviously you cannot say that for every single child.
No.
Yeah, and that's what I think
the child,
is the same with every movie. I feel like parents need to know their children, and I feel like it's good if they watch it before they show it, obviously. But sometimes even if they don't show it before and then they talk about it afterwards, that could also help. I generally think this whole... we put an age on this movie, and that's like the general consent that everybody has to be this age to watch this. that doesn't work for me. Like there's so many, like as I said, I never had
No.
nightmares from scary movies. I could have watched all of them. I never really. I don't think, at least I don't think I have any trauma from that. Maybe I do, and it's just very hidden or something. But yeah, I feel like Evil Dead, the original one, and also the second and third one, they are definitely movies that you can watch if you are a little bit younger. It's not like we watched the Freddy movie in your Discord. That's like a beginner's horror movie. We both said it.
Yeah,
has like
it's
this,
my first.
Yeah, it has this my first horror movie kind of vibe. Which for me was 13 Ghosts and Ghost Ship and.
Yeah, see that Ghost Ship, especially Ghost Ship. I saw that when I was too young. And that did fuck me up. It's the only the first scene. That's the worst. And 13 Ghosts I saw, and that even now has some creepy ass ghosts in it. Like the design of the ghost is
in Ghost Ship it was like this with the steel rope, right?
It was the wire, yeah. Well, and it's only one shot that I remember where that girl's dancing with the guy.
And then she watches up,
she looks
and
up
his head slides off.
Yeah, slides off. That's the shot that I think everybody remembers that shot.
And the shot in 13 Ghosts was like the glass door cutting that guy in half.
For me, it wasn't. It was the ghost, the jackal's design, and it was the guy with like the fists made of steel.
I have to watch it again.
He's got nails in his face and stuff.
So what I wanted to say is Evil Dead is not that. It's not like my first horror movie, but it could be. So I feel like
it's pretty, because of its age, I think it's pretty close.
I feel like you could watch that now and be quite young. Like, I don't know, maybe 10, 12. Maybe 10 is a little bit young. But depending on the child, as I said. Like, I know like 10-year-olds.
Oh, you cut. Oh, there you go. Back.
Okay. So yeah, it depends on the child. I feel like The Evil Dead could be your first horror movie.
Yeah, it's an easy watch. It's not gonna. I say like maybe 2. You probably want to wait a little bit longer because there's just some bits that are creepy but not scary.
Yeah.
3, you could probably watch that.
Yeah, definitely. 9, I think 3 is like not funny most time.
Yeah, well, it's their slapstick movie, isn't
and then
it?
like with the skeletons and.
Yeah, the remakes you probably
wait with the remakes. They are much too serious.
Yeah. Yeah, right. They're taking themselves a little bit on that. It is funny that the answer to Evil Dead is twofold. That you could just make something that's a complete comedy or something that's a complete horror. Maybe that's probably what's helped keeping it around for so long. Yeah,
and it doesn't feel like they milked it, because there's like some franchises where you feel like they're making it just to get the money, but Evil Dead never felt like that to me.
Well, Saw's got 10 movies in the space that Evil Dead has 5, and well, half the space that Evil Dead has 5. And then I was talking about the is it not the Conjuring? Yeah, the Conjuring.
Yeah, the Conjuring has like a big universe now.
Yeah, so like this is what I mean. Like we've got 5 movies in a 3 series TV show, and I think we're all.
Yeah, I personally wasn't a big fan of all of the The Conjuring, the first one was fine. But I don't enjoy exorcism, and there was this big exorcism kind of like possessed.
Yeah. Well, the one I was also thinking of is Paranormal Activity. That's the one yeah. They brought out one out every year.
Yeah.
And
we watched all the Paranormal Activity movies in the Crypt community, and it was kind of fun. Most of them are shit. But
they're all except for like the 1st and the 5th, I think.
Yeah, but somehow it was still fun to watch them back to back, and just like the connection between all of the movies. It was nice that they are somehow interwoven into each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool knowing that universe, but it's definitely a cash cow.
Oh yeah, well that's like Insidious is nice because that's got the same like they're all interwoven, sort of connected, and. The second film comes after the first, but the third film comes before this.
Yeah, first. I like that too. That's a cool thing. Yeah. And it's cool, especially cool if you watch it and you don't know that it will happen. It was like that with Split.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Split yet.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it for you then. So
yeah, well I haven't watched that. Or what's it called? Something Glass
was the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, How much
That
you
was
were
really
in.
cool because you watched Split and then you didn't know it would be a sequel to another movie, and it was such a big deal when people found out, wait, this is a sequel.
Well, that I really liked the Bruce
Yeah,
Willis
me
one.
too.
What's that one called?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Yeah, that was so
Yeah, I
good.
liked it too. Good. Like I'm
Uh,
as I said earlier, comic hero movies. I,
well, that they take that
I
the
can.
good thing is that they take that to the ninth degree, don't they? They answer the question they're
Yeah, yeah.
asking.
So I like when they do a little bit more extra work. Like
Yeah,
for example, The Boys on Amazon, the show. It's technically still like superhero stuff, but it's more gritty. So
yeah, it's a commentary on
yeah,
it as
so
well. Yeah.
then I'm okay with it, but in general, I'm very sick of horror, of
Well, like
comic heroes.
yeah, where they're like
Yeah.
perfect. I like that. That's why I quite like Invincible as well because it's not as good as The Boys. Don't get us
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but Invincible, which is another Amazon Prime, they kind of go like what if Superman was
Yeah.
evil sort of thing, but they don't just kind of go Superman's evil for no reason.
Yeah.
It came to Earth. He did some good things to prove his worth, and then but all for a bad
Yeah.
end.
And Hancock
Uh,
was, I think, the first movie that I saw where it was like this
well,
the trope, and we change it a little.
yeah, like make him a drunk and make him like a terrible
Yeah.
person. But not the good thing about Hancock as well. He's not. He's terrible because he's a bit selfish. Whereas they're not just which I because when they do sometimes they do Superman evil really badly. Brightburn is all right, but it's also just it comes out so out of left
Oh
field.
yeah, I watched it and I had no idea what I was like. I didn't watch a trailer, I didn't read anything before.
Yeah,
So that worked quite well for me.
I see. I watched it, and I knew it was a Superman evil movie.
Yeah, I didn't.
But the problem I have with it is like if they're your parents, you're not gonna do what he does in that
Yeah, no,
movie.
that doesn't make sense.
Like they're so nice to everyone that like, and it's the thing I have like with the only time that I find that Superman goes evil, is have you read? Well, you might not have. There's a book called Red Sun,
No.
which is Superman lands in Soviet Russia instead, and he's raised by like the Soviet military.
Oh, that's clever though.
So instead of it like being he just turns evil for a reason, he's basically being brought up in the in the situation. And it's all about like what if you he's still got a good heart and he still thinks what he's doing is right.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the best for everybody.
Yeah, with Brightburn, I felt like it was kind of like a sleeper agent story, as in the child doesn't really recognize those people as his parents anymore, and that's how I explained it to myself, that he was like.
But that's if they had made it that way, then I would be like, oh, that's fine. But it just doesn't feel. That way.
I just thought that I only gave it 2 or 5 stars, so I probably didn't like it as much, but I was surprised. So I didn't hate it, but it's.
On Letterboxd, do you find you give anybody like a 5-star? I think I've got like
I give too many. I generally tend to rate movies too good.
I'll say I used to, but for some reason, Letterboxd, I do tend to be a bit more strict on my rating.
I have this rating system by Adam Cook, who was like a big user on Letterboxd, and it's like 5 stars are masterpiece, 4.5 are must see, 4 are excellent, 3.5 very good, 3 good, 2.5 okay, 2 disappointing, 1.5 weak, 1 bad, and half avoid. So that's how I rate my movies, and I think I have too many masterpieces, definitely.
I'm looking now and just seeing if I did have any. Old, I give 1.5. Have you seen Old?
Yeah, with the beach.
With the beach, yeah.
Wait, what?
Talk to Me was the other film that last year I watched. And I got to the end of it, I was like, I don't know what everybody's ranting and raving about. This is an okay movie at best, so I give it a 2.5.
I gave Old 3.
Oh, see, well, you're not too far.
Yeah, it was good, not very good, but I would definitely.
Oh no, I give it 1.5. I'm very harsh. I think it's only because I just saw everything coming.
Me, I didn't. Like some things I did, but not everything. the director that much. I'm not gonna say his name because I always butcher it, and then I feel like
M. Night Shyamalan.
yeah, and I always butcher his last name, and then I feel terrible,
Shyamalan.
and then that's why I just don't say it. No, Shyamalan. Yeah.
Shyamalan.
So yeah, I was surprised because I don't like many of his movies. I liked the Visit. Is that with the old people?
I don't know. I can't
There was like
remember.
yeah, definitely I like that one.
There's a Visit, The Town.
No,
is it
that's
The
the
Town?
Village.
The Village.
But I like that one too.
That
Maybe
one's
I
not too
like
bad.
maybe I like all of his movies actually. And then I'm always like
There's a
it's
bit,
always like kind of, but then again no. So weird. But yes, I have definitely a lot of 5-star rated movies.
I'm looking through now. I don't think I've given any. I got a couple of 4s. No
I
5s.
got so many. I got way too many. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, well, you need to look at them. Reevaluate your system. Have you seen the what I believe is like not a successor but like a spin-off, Drag Me to Hell by Sam Raimi?
Listen, that's a terrible story.
It's a bad story.
We watched it on Halloween. That was when Netflix was still renting DVDs.
Oh, they send you out DVDs, yeah.
And we rented like 3 DVDs, and that was one of them. And I didn't know it was a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
It's kind of funny, meant in a funny.
It's got funny bits, yeah.
And
I think this is where he wanted to do horror, but keep a little bit of humor.
Yeah, so
in it.
if I would have gone into this thinking this will be horror comedy, I would have approached it very differently. But thinking it would like be a super serious movie.
Did you know it was done by Sam Raimi?
Yeah,
though?
no, I didn't.
Okay, that's probably the problem because obviously he just came off Spider-Man. Yeah. I think he was like, I want to go back into horror.
And I hated it.
I think he was playing it safe.
I hated it so much.
I enjoyed it.
And then I want to rewatch it and kind of see if I would maybe like it now. But the idea of being like, there's this one scene where the old lady licks the face of the young woman. That's
how she passes the kids.
Yeah, and I feel like this is done in such a way that you are like, ew, old people. And I don't like when that is used.
It's not ooh, old people. It's when she licks her face and the saliva is so thick that you can
it's just so disgusting.
see the tendrils.
Blech.
But we see that in lots of things, like disgusting bits. It doesn't, not because she's old, it's just because that's how you make things look gross.
It kind of feels like it though. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I
don't know. It didn't work for me. I went to rewatch it eventually.
And then this is a good connection between Sam Raimi and Marvel, because we've talked about Marvel. Have you seen Doctor Strange?
No.
And the multiverse. I enjoyed it. I had to watch it twice. I went in hoping it was going to be a Marvel horror film, which is what I want next. I think now Marvel's run its course. They should go through like experimental phase and be like, right, this one we're going to do like a love story. We're going to do a horror. We're going to do a blur.
But they already said that they would do that. They were like, the next era of Marvel is horror, and I didn't see it, so I was like, but where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, I'm waiting. But Doctor Strange has it's my first horror movie, I think. Like, they don't want to, obviously you don't want, if you've got a set universe.
Yeah, and they have like
you
this,
don't want to
also
be like,
the target group is like partly very young, so you don't want to keep them out of the movies because you want the money.
And yeah, you need that cash flow. But yeah, I wanted a bit more horror. It's got some really good, and that is good as well because a character that you think is a hero and has been portrayed as a hero is the bad guy. Spoilers, is the bad guy.
So the reason I have not watched that is, and now everybody will hate me, is I cannot stand Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think he's there is some things he's all right in. I don't think he's amazing. There's a couple of films that I think he's good in. He does I don't like his smog. I think he ruined The Hobbit in my opinion. And he does a bunch of British cartoons.
Yeah, for me it was the movie where he played Alan Turing. I forgot what the name is.
Oh, Imitation Game? I haven't seen that.
It was like I think interviews that he gave about this movie and the way he talked about Alan Turing, who was like a genius in my opinion. I don't know, he just reduced him to so little he reduced him, and like I don't know, I felt icky, and then I was over Benedict Cumberbatch.
But I get that because there's I'll talk. This will come up a bit in about 30 podcasts. I hate Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah, we talked about that, and
I hate him.
I cannot understand because I enjoy the stuff that he makes so much.
I'm gonna find the interview. It has been wiped from the internet. He sent lawyers after them. I had found out in the end. So there is an interview where it's him and the person that plays Valkyrie. And the entire interview is him just essentially molesting her throughout the entire thing. And then after it came out and there was a big backlash over it, he sent lawyers after them.
Yeah, you told me.
Got it removed from their YouTube. I didn't know that bit until recently.
Yeah, you talked about it in one of your streams. You told me about that. And then I said that I loved Jojo Rabbit, and that I've never laughed as much about a movie than I laughed about Jojo Rabbit. And then you were like, it was a shit movie.
I hate it. I think it's because it's because of him. I don't like him.
I guess that's probably.
But I think that's the same as you with Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't think he's perfect. He gets put in a lot of roles that just needs posh British man.
I liked him in
fine.
What was it? August in Osage Country. It was a big ensemble movie with Meryl Streep and who else was in there? It was like a really big movie. And he played kind of a simple man in a way. I don't know how to say it without being offensive. But he was very good at this. He was not disabled, I think. It's just a simple man. It's just and he
that's gonna bite him. I bet that'll bite him later, like Rain Man.
Yeah. But Rain Man was a bit much.
Well, the problem with Rain Man is like it's not aged well because at the time when that was done, that we didn't really have an idea what autism was, and now we do. So it's like it's not his fault. It's the researchers didn't do enough research, or we didn't do enough research, I guess, as a humanity.
Oh yeah, it's called August Osage County, and it's like there's everyone in there. There's Ewan McGregor, Julia Roberts, who else? This character actress that's always making fun of in BoJack Horseman, Margot Martindale. So many people in this movie, and I really liked it. And Benedict Cumberbatch was good in that one.
I like him as Doctor. I think he plays best when he plays person who's a genius but has to get humbled all the time.
Like Sherlock.
Sherlock and Doctor Strange. I think he plays them characters really well because he comes in thinking he knows everything, and then when something doesn't make sense, he plays that very well. And I think that's why I like him in them two roles, and I don't think I like him in anything else because they're not them roles. Yeah. I didn't think I'd like him as Doctor Strange because I was a comic book reader before all the Marvel stuff happened, and I liked Doctor Strange as a character. He basically was always a B character though. I like Doctor Strange as a character. I didn't think Benedict Cumberbatch would play him very well. And then you liked it because he was Sherlock. I really liked it, but I think I've worked out it's just he plays smart person who has to get knocked down a couple of pegs really well.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think it's I think he's just really good at acting shocked when something doesn't make sense to him. That's all it is. He just goes, "Oh my god!" That there's that scene where he knocks Spider-Man's soul out of his body in one of the films, and the way he plays that is like it's how a smart person would be like, right, something weird's happening. I won't just be shocked. I'll like try and work it out quickly and pretend I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's what he plays with. Well, it's like I know what's going on. I do not know what's going on, but I will pretend I know what's going on.
It kind of reminds me of like musical villains.
Yeah.
Eventually, I will watch it for them.
There's some homework for you. I don't know if you've ever seen it or ever heard of it. There's a musical called Evil Dead the Musical.
Oh, I saw in your YouTube video, in one of your YouTube videos, you mentioned it.
Yeah, it's good. There's some bangers in it.
Is it on YouTube or something? I don't know why it's never.
There's a few recordings of it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's never had like a proper release somewhere.
I hate that.
Probably
there's also this musical Hades Town. Everybody talks about it, but you cannot watch it anywhere. But you can listen to the soundtrack. But for me, I need the visuals. I cannot just listen to it.
It's got a locked camera, like where they've filmed it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that exists. There's two versions of it. There's a very old one and a more recent one. But yeah, and it's been signed off by Sam Raimi. But the problem is because it covers Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, they're owned by different companies. So, although they might not be now, they might all be owned by Disney because Disney owns everything.
Yeah, they do. Everything is Disney now.
Everything's Disney except for The Fly 2, which is owned by Disney, but I can't find it. Is there anything you would like to plug before we end?
Mainly my Twitch, I guess. But I guess people who listen to this will probably know it. Maybe not. If you don't
not necessarily,
know me,
no.
My Twitch is CPTN_Sumi, which is SUMI. And I play indie horror games. And that's, I guess, you can find me on every platform with that name.
Twitch.tv/CPTN_SUMI.
Thank you, yes.
And then, but if you type that into any other
platform, I'm
TikTok,
everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find them. Yeah. It's always nice when you can get your own name.
That's why I will never change my nickname again, because I am so happy that I have it everywhere.
Nobody wants my nickname. I can have it everywhere. And just in case I've got it with that, and then TTTV at the end of it in other platforms as well, just to cover my arse in case something happens.
I even put my name on Kick. I
will
never use
Kick, just in case.
I just don't want anybody to use my name on Kick.
On Kick. Just to be like, just to draw that line in the sand. I'll never stream there. No. I have Kick just to watch. You know, when it was like starting to blow up, was like, I'll see what's on there, and I was not surprised.
Yeah, no,
thank you. Never go there. Yeah, that's our stance on Kick, just in case
anybody's wondering.
Yeah, that's the stance on Kick for the podcast. Against Parental Guidance. I forgot the name of the podcast. For a second,
we're just in the beginning.
Yeah, you know, it's just a couple of episodes in, probably. I don't know what order these are getting released in. So we'll see how this goes. But thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Anytime. Yeah.
Good. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Everybody go watch it if you haven't. If you have watched it, go watch it again.
But don't let your 4-year-old watch it, maybe.
No, like 6 and above.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.